I'm not making this video to start a race war. I'm making this video because I think one of the biggest reasons this country keeps ripping itself apart is because people have forgotten how to listen to pain without making it about themselves. And from the outside looking in, something I've noticed over and over again is that a lot of black people are not asking to be worshipped. They're not asking for pity. They're not asking for special treatment. A lot of the time, most of the time, they're just trying to explain what life has felt like for them and their families. And somehow, the second those conversations start, everything turns into a debate. No listening, no understanding, no curiosity, a debate. Are you sure it was racism? Well, that happens to everybody. Just get over it. My family struggled too. You're playing victim. You're dividing people. That was a long time ago. Just work harder. And it's like, damn, can somebody speak about pain without immediately being cross-examined like they're in court? Because what I think a lot of people don't understand is that when somebody talks about racial trauma, discrimination, oppression, or generational and ancestral pain, they're usually not saying every white person is evil. They're talking about patterns, systems, history, environment, institutions, treatment, oppression, the psychological way of constantly feeling misunderstood, stereotyped, over-policed, unheard, or emotionally dismissed. And I feel like some people instantly get defensive because acknowledging somebody else's reality forces them to question the version of reality they were raised to believe. That discomfort is very real because if you grew up never experiencing certain things, it's easy to assume they barely exist. If you've never been followed around stores, never had teachers assume less of you before you even spoke, never felt pressure to code switch just to seem safe, never had your natural features mocked, never had people fear you before knowing you, never had generations of trauma sitting underneath your family structure, then of course certain conversations are going to sound exaggerated to you. And it's not because you're automatically a bad person. It's because human beings struggle to fully understand pain they've never personally had to carry. And honestly, the more I observe, the more I realize that's where I think a lot of the division comes from. People hear pain as accusation instead of communication. So instead of listening, they defend themselves. Instead of asking questions, they shut down. Instead of empathy, it becomes ego protection. It turns into just this debate, deflection, dismissiveness, rejection. And that's exhausting for people who already feel unheard. Imagine opening up about something painful and constantly being told, that didn't happen, it's not that bad, you're overreacting, you're too sensitive, you're the real racist for bringing it up. Do people realize how psychologically draining that is? To feel like you have to provide a PowerPoint presentation every time you talk about your own lived experience just to earn basic human understanding? And again, this is not about blaming all white people. There are plenty of white people who listen, care, empathize, educate themselves, and genuinely try to understand perspectives outside their own. But there's also a real consistent cultural issue where conversations about race immediately become centered around white discomfort instead of black pain. And that's the problem, because healing cannot happen if the people speaking about wounds are instantly forced to emotionally babysit the people listening. Sometimes people don't need a debate. They need humanity. They just need you to shut the fuck up and listen. And I think another uncomfortable truth people avoid talking about is how segregated a lot of society still is, even now. Not always legally, but socially, economically, culturally, systemically, educationally. A lot of people grow up in environments where they barely have meaningful relationships with people outside their race, outside their neighborhood, outside their worldview, outside their environment, outside their culture. So they end up learning about black people through stereotypes, headlines, social media clips, political propaganda, music caricatures, agendas, false, racist, outdated narratives, crime statistics stripped of context, or internet outrage instead of actual human connection. And then people wonder why empathy is broken, why we're still divided, why there's so many racial issues in this country. You cannot fully understand somebody's humanity if your only exposure to them is through fear, stereotypes, or surface level interactions. That is conditioning. And I think what a lot of black people are truly asking for is not guilt, it's acknowledgement. That's it. Acknowledgement that history leaves scars, acknowledgement that systems can affect people differently, acknowledgement that generational trauma is 110% real, acknowledgement that discrimination did not magically disappear just because laws changed, acknowledgement that being constantly invalidated hurts. That's it. That's fucking it. You don't have to hate yourself to acknowledge somebody else's suffering. You don't have to personally experience an injury to believe somebody when they say they're bleeding. And honestly, I think this country would heal a lot faster if people stopped treating empathy like surrender. Listening does not erase you. Understanding somebody else's pain does not attack your identity. Acknowledging racism exists does not mean every white person is evil. And speaking about racial pain does not automatically mean somebody is spreading division. Sometimes people are just fucking tired, man. Tired of feeling unseen, dismissed, tired of explaining themselves, tired of carrying generations of pain while also being told that pain pain doesn't exist. And I think if more people had the emotional maturity to sit with uncomfortable truths without instantly becoming defensive, we would finally start having real conversations instead of rehearsed arguments. Because at the end of the day, this isn't even about politics. This is just about humanity. And humanity starts dying the second people care more about protecting their comfort than understanding somebody else's pain.
Let me just address you Europeans that are all up in my comment section saying that I'm racist. Here is how simple it is to understand what I stand for. Give us our shit back. Leave our land, do not return. And also, leave us alone. This profile is a safe space for black people. Yes, I am 3/4 black. I identify as black and I'm proud of being black. I'm pro-black. I'm about black liberation, and I'm about freeing my black people from the oppressor. My intention is to promote black-owned businesses, black-owned products, and keep black money in the black community. Now, I know this might make you feel away because you like to think that the world revolves around you, but if you don't like it, keep it moving and mind your business. I do know that you struggle with minding your business. The day Europeans actually decide to do the right thing, guess what would happen? Indigenous people would return home and rebuild. What would you have if we left? Because still till this day, you are extracting and stealing resources from Africa, as well as using black culture to profit from, which, personally, I think that's cheeky. If you are not black, you should not be profiting from black culture. So again, I'm not racist. I'm pro-black, bitch.
It will never cease to amaze me how white people were able to create this narrative that black people are violent and all types of things and you should be scared of them, yet they have the longest history of being violent. The first things that you guys did when you got to this land was spread your diseases, try and kill off all the natives, brought your slaves over, and then you beat them, you raped them, and then you fed their babies to alligators as bait. Not only that, you guys were cannibals too, and then used their skin as leather. And then you had sundown towns. Not had, have. Those still exist to this day. And then you have these shops that you set up where you sell Confederate flags. Yet, black people are violent. You're sitting here going, clutch my purse, yet we should be doing that to you guys. A foul history of violence. Not just to black people, but to other people too. To yourselves, mind you. Like, what? This little narrative that you built around black people is just a projection of what you guys did. What you guys do. Scratch my head. I don't even know where you got this narrative from. I'm just like, I'm appalled. Like, this is just a next level of coping. Like, just next level. I hope it's obvious that I'm not talking about all white people when I say this, right? Like, I'm obviously talking about the ones that are racist.
Exposing Different Racist Every Week, Part 5. Kylie, and welcome back to my series on Exposing Different Racist Every Week, Part 5. Who is our lucky guest today? Well, actually, we have two people. We have Kendall and Nevaeh. They are best friends from Oregon. Yes, I know these girls are young, but unfortunately, you guys do need to learn a lesson that being racist, especially on the internet, is not okay. And if you're old enough to post on TikTok with your face and name publicly, you're old enough to be held accountable.
That to me is true allyship. Please understand when it comes to racism that a racist does not see someone who doesn't look like them, okay, as a peer. So when somebody who they deem as less than, call out a racist, it really has no effect. But when someone that they see as their peer calls them out on that racism, it has an effect. We need to all be working to make being racist very uncomfortable. I'm hoping we get to the point where racism is truly illegal, but we have work to do to get there. Not enough people are speaking up on racist issues, and that is where we are falling short. It is okay for you to be like, I'm not a racist, but it is something entirely different to actually take steps to be anti-racist. And I feel like a really good place to start is with educating yourself. This is a good book to start with. Angela Davis has good books to start with. The 1619 Project is one of my favorites personally. I think it's a great read for you to easily understand, especially in that beginning first part, where racism stems from and how it shows up, right? You need to educate yourself because we live in a more diverse society. You don't know who your child is going to bring home. You don't know who your friends are going to bring home, your parents. You don't know. Everybody's dating everybody at this point. And the last thing you want to do is be the one who makes somebody uncomfortable, and then now you don't have a relationship with that person because you're practicing racism and you don't even know it, right? Education. is the best place to start. It always will be. We have to do the work as a group project. It cannot just be only certain groups of people advocating for everybody else. Everyone has to do the work. And I am always going to advocate for everybody doing the work. So please educate yourselves, ask questions, comment in the comment section. I don't care how you do it, but get started, get active. Because aren't y'all tired? I know I am.
To people that do not understand pains, do you think that anybody matters to them? No, these are white folks coming out to air out, holding their people accountable because they have realized that every single thing whiteness has taught them is useless. Every single thing whiteness have taught them is not profitable. Every single thing whiteness has taught them has not made their bank accounts big. Instead, they keep decreasing. They keep decreasing. Let's go continue watching. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credits to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. With that being said, guys, let's dive right into the other part of these clips. I hope be back with commentaries, and I want you to tell me your honest opinion in the comment section, and make sure you watch from beginning to the end, guys. Let's go watch, guys.
Can we talk about how in white social circles, if you're not racist, you get called boring? Rural California has a lot of conservative white people, and I would say they are like this the most, but they will make some really overused and stupid joke where the punchline is someone's race. Something I heard a lot growing up was, what do you call two Mexican basketball players? It's one-on-one. It's just not funny, right? Like, it's not creative. The punchline is someone's race, or the fact that they're a woman, or the fact that they're an immigrant. And if you don't laugh, or you say, oh, that's not really that funny, then they'll be like, oh, look who doesn't have a sense of humor. Like, woke, liberal, like, you're so boring. Have you ever considered that you're just not funny? That you just are not original, and humor doesn't have to be making fun of somebody to be good, right? In these white circles, the way that they so casually are racist is integral to keeping people together. Like, racism bonds white people together in a lot of places. And I'm fucking tired of it. And that's why I don't hang out with people like this in my adulthood, when I don't have to see them or associate with these types of people when I have that choice, unlike when I was a child.
Man, I tell you what, nothing makes racist white people more pissed off than me, a white person, trying to educate about racism and trying to educate about what white privilege is and all these things. And it's so funny because these same people will argue with me till they are blue in the face about how they're not racist and we don't live in a racist institution and black and brown people have it so easy and racism doesn't exist anymore. But then they will turn around and say the most racist, ignorant, vile shit you've ever heard in your life. The disconnect is amazing. And this is why I make content like this, because it's so important. Because we do live in a racist institution, and we are all raised in racism as white people. This is simply a fact. And the crazy part about it is every one of us knows this. Even the ones who will sit there and fight with me to the death about it and act like it doesn't exist. Y'all know white people are racist. Y'all know about the casual racism, the casual microaggressions that we are raised in, no matter where we live in this United States of America. And this is why I will never stop. I will never stop trying to educate as a white person about racism and how we need to learn. We need to evolve. We need to do better. It's almost as if they feel like admitting to a racist institution or admitting to racism makes them this evil, terrible person. And so they would rather double down than to grow and be a good person. And that's so bad, because all that says to me is that you have a small mind and a cowardly soul. And I wish better for you than that, truly, because everything in your life will get better when you stop being so ignorant.
We can't heal from something we're actively in the middle of. You don't heal from a wound while you're actively bleeding out. This country is actively dying right now before our eyes, and you're talking about healing and coming together and breaking bread. It's very white privileged of you, but they're going to come for you too. And you hiding and pretending, oh, it's just bread. Oh, it's just them. It's the others. They're locking people up. They are rounding people up and they're locking them in camps right now. In the United States of America, we have been led to think that we are the best country in the world and that we are immune to the things that we learned about in history, and we are not. We are actively living in it right now, and you're pretending like none of it matters because you're not affected by it and you don't want to think about it. And everybody should just get along, kumbaya. You are the problem. You are a dangerous person, and anybody that thinks like you is a dangerous person. We need to know who you are so that we know that we are not safe with you. Have a day.
All right, I'm just going to say this. And again, let me preface by saying, this is an anti-Trump page. There's nothing about Trump that I like. There's nothing about him, quite frankly, that is redeeming, except for the fact that he is an actual human being. And that's it. That's the only thing that we have in common, I should say. But probably according to him, he doesn't believe that about me. But anyway, I need MAGA and conservatives, Christian nationalists, racists. Y'all have got to stop. Like, the lies that you all are trying to tell, especially after this unalivement of old CK is literally starting to just be egregious. Hearing J.D. Vance say that the most radical people and the most extreme or maybe most violent are far left, is he crazy? Is it crack? Is he crazy? Like, why you just gonna just up and lie? Just up and lie. It has always been far right. It has always been racists. It has always been people that looked at others and judged them. Didn't like them because of their skin color. Didn't like them because of who they love. Didn't like them because of who they believe in, their religious beliefs. It has always been those people that are the most radicalized, that are the most hateful and violent and extreme. Like, the fact that we have so many domestic terrorists who unfortunately tend to look white, to be white, and tend to be men, but yet domestic terrorists is barely used. When school shootings and things like that happen, where majority of those people who do school shootings, they are white men and boys, you don't really hear domestic terrorism because at some point the media and these racist politicians try to lessen the blow of it. I mean, the fact that HBCUs were getting bomb threats, I mean, black people didn't have anything to do with that man getting unalived. It was in Utah. As people kept saying, it's in white-ass Utah. And a white man did it, who is not a leftist. Although I know MAGA, I know the president, I know the vice president, and all of those idiots in their cabinet really wanted it to be. It wasn't. Like, when are y'all just going to face the facts? Hey, and I know it ain't all white people, but I need y'all to, like, ingest it. Y'all can be, what is this? Oh, lint. Anyway, y'all are a violent people. Historically, you've been violent. I know y'all trying to erase slavery and the bad things about slavery and making it seem like it was a choice. The things that your ancestors or many white people's ancestors did to black people's ancestors, atrocious. Your ancestors, I believe, are burning in hell. Got to be. From taking our teeth and using it basically as you all's dentures, taking our skin
and using it as leather for your furniture, taking our hair and using it to stuff pillows and things of that nature, raping black women left and right, raping black men left and right, eating us, bruh. Please, enough already. Enough already. And again, I understand all white people and all your ancestors were not evil, horrible people. But damn it, the lack of accountability is just getting to the point where it's beyond. The fact that y'all are allowing folks to try to rewrite history. The fact that y'all trying to make it seem like that man who got unalive was actually a good person. Oh, but he was a child of God. He believed he was God-fearing. Man, please. He called people racial slurs. He said black women weren't smart. He said basically that gun violence was necessary so we can keep the Second Amendment. Like, y'all, and by y'all, I mean racist, Christian nationalists, MAGA. Y'all are some of the most hypocritical people I have ever heard in my life. Y'all truly are modern day Hitler supporters. Y'all really are. You really are. And it's a shame. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing about all these lies. I'm sick of y'all making all these racist laws and executive orders. The Supreme Court, like I just can't even. the things that they are passing. Like it's okay to like racially profile people. I mean, we're locking people up in Alligator, Alcatraz, and to hell. I'm literally sick of it. This country, it's make America great. My ass. This country is on that bullshit. Make America great again. Just say, make America a racist state again. Make America have slaves again. Make America subpar. Make America hateful again. Because ain't nothing great about what's going on here. And then the part that is kind of like, I don't understand why y'all don't understand it, is the racists are still like, yes, get the black people, get the brown people, get the gays, the trans, the women. And you feel like as a racist person, specifically probably a white person, that you're immune to this. They're gonna come after you too, because when all of us are gone or everything is fucked up, they're coming after the poor people, the poor whites. You're not gonna be immune. You are literally setting up your own demise. Sure, we as a black person, as a woman, all that, we gonna get screwed first. Certainly. But you are not immune from this. You're not immune from this. Your hatred is not immunity. Stupidity. It's not immunity. Like, what is wrong with y'all? This is what y'all wanted? This is the country you wanted? This bullshit? Y'all are crazy. You racist, you Christian nationalists, y'all are nuts. But that's okay, honey. Because, I just pray to the Lord. Lord, just, if you need to rapture all of us away, that's fine. And lead them here to fight amongst themselves, Jesus. Just, please. What is it? You're hoisted by your own petard? What's that phrase? I hate that a lot of y'all are not going to see justice in this life. But I am a Christian, and I do believe that justice will come. And it's probably going to be where we don't see it. That whole vengeance is mine, thus saith the Lord, I will repay. I wish I could see it. I wish I could see it, because y'all are out of pocket. The hate that y'all have for people for no good reason is beyond me. Y'all done put this man in office, and this country has gone to hell in a handbasket. And again, don't come on my page for that bullshit. I'm just gonna block you. I'm not in the mood. I'm not gonna be in the mood. I'm just gonna block you. Don't waste your time typing some bullshit, okay? Because I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. I said what I said, and I stand on it. Good night.
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for joining. Hope you guys literally enjoyed all of that clip I was able to roll out for you guys. And you guys can literally see that even a lot of white folks are tired with their fellow white folks. Yes, a lot of them have realized that most of them as white folks literally did not have this thing called understanding pains. They literally do not understand what pains is all about. The only thing they understand, the language they understand, is let's put them back to the feet, let's make them to suffer, let's make them to do this. Let's see, the only thing they understand is always wanting people to idolize them, always wanting people to worship them, always want people to see them as superior. Why in real sense they are literally not superior as far as I'm concerned. It's as simple as ABCD. You know, the truth is bitter, but we keep spitting out the truth, because you can hear from the clip I was able to roll out, this is coming from your fellow white people. They're even some white people are exhausted with their fellow white people. And that is why I saw a particular video where this lady literally said that some white people do not even like each other as well. So they don't like each other. So because they don't like each other, everything they do relating to each other literally irritates them. Do you get my point? So, and now on different locations, I begin to see it, because there is how you're going to be obsessed with people, and the moment you don't have anyone to be obsessed with, you start getting angry with yourself because you have literally failed. Do you get? The hair is disturbing me, guys, because you have literally failed. So a lot of them don't even like each other. That is why they can wake up one morning, do anything they want to do, say anything they want to say, pew pew anybody they want to pew pew, because they don't even understand pains. They don't. And that is why I so much appreciate some of these white folks that understand what pains is all about, coming out, air out, say something, trying to make some of them see reasons why they should leave black people alone. They should leave black people alone. Black people are just trying to survive. Black people are just doing their business. Black people are just making money, becoming their millionaires, trillionaires. Black people are just going on their own direction. But some of them will not. They always want to see black people talk. They always want to see black people suffer. That is why no matter how hard you're trying to preach to them about racism, they put deaf ears. They don't even want to hear anything about racism. They will tell you, oh, black people are racist too, because why? They're trying to justify their nonsense. They're trying to justify that they are more right. They're trying to justify what they are not even supposed to justify in the first place. That is the level, that is the level where some of these white folks can go to. Racial profiling, intimidation, trying to shame, trying to look superior. That's cloud name called whiteness. Whiteness was just given by the colonizers. So don't think you're special. Don't think any privilege is attached to it. Don't think we see you. We do not even see you. A lot of us don't even recognize that you exist. That's the truth. And that is the same brainwash that they use in brainwashing a lot of Africans, that whenever they see white people, they tend to make it look like they have seen their God. Where these people can lie to the point of changing Jesus to a white man, then there is nothing these people cannot do. Yes. And that is why no matter how they keep trying to limit us, to drag us backward, we still keep moving ahead. These men, these women, these white women and these men that spoke, they left no crumbs. They left no stone unturned. They said it exactly as it is. So leave black people alone. If you don't understand pain, it's fine. If we're not encroaching in your business, do not encroach in our business. If we're trying to mind our business, mind your business. If we're trying to go on our daily life, enjoy our life, let it be so. Because in different aspects, when you see this racism of within running up and down, whiteness trying to show their white privilege, it is them trying to prove a point. Then the moment we talk as black people, they're trying to make it look like we are the problem. They're not trying to bring out their pity party look so that you start feeling for them and you start saying, oh, black people are literally the problem. They start playing the victim card. Leave black people alone. Black Americans have gone through a lot. They were in America before your colonizers, Columbus, came, did every other nonsense they did. Brought out some people as slaves, did that, this segregation, Jim Crow, redlining. Enough is enough already. Even to the point that was last 3 months, I saw some white people saying, oh, they wish they can bring back Jim Crow 2.2 in this generation, in our Gen Z era. We are waiting. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.